You're listening to Rock, Pop, and Roll.
Wait a minute.
What's going on, Rock, Pop, and Roll? This one may not mean anything other than what it means to you and me. Just to go back. Where were you when? Where were you? Where were you? Got excited. Where were you in 1985, right? So I went over the July 4th holiday. We were, whenever we released this is when we went back and looked at the charts for July 6th, 1985. I thought I had the July 4th holiday. This would be good. I was listening in the barn to iHeartRadio has old Casey Kasem countdowns. So you can listen all the time. It's commercial free on the app, and they count down a different week from the 70s or 80s, and you listen all the way through. And they were doing, over holidays, they do the top 100 of certain years. So they were going from 1970, whatever, 2 through 1987, I think. And they played the entire year in to count down the top 100. So I was listening to that, and I thought, man, what a great program. I mean, never will be matched. It was magic in its time. It was Casey Kasem. As cheesy as it was still professionally done. He was such a master at building, tension and suspense. And then boom, there's the song. This song, what is this song, Rob? This song is Something About You. It's level 42. This was their only top 10 hit. It was released in 1985. Was not on these charts. Wouldn't come out until September of 85. What else was from 85 that we're not going to hear? I remember listening to this the first time and the second time and the 10th time. Yeah, maybe not the 10th, the 5th. And just trying to figure out all the voices in We Are the World. That was the magic of it. Could you identify these guys and women? And you're like, oh man, that's Huey Lewis. Oh, that's Springsteen. It's the game I played. That's Lionel Richie, right? When we heed a certain and you look back on We Are the World and USA for Africa, and did the money go where it was supposed to go? I don't know. People say it didn't. Live Aid, was it a good thing? Were there a lot of drugs backstage? Probably. It was the 80s. But I remember We Are the World and just the magic parts of it. It was cheesy at the beginning. Diana Ross. Kenny Loggins. But he got into that run with Steve Perry, Daryl Hall, and Huey Lewis and Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, Michael. Whole lot of Michael. My favorite part of it, though, then we'll move on to what we're doing today. Rock, pop, and roll. Hit Dylan, and then you had Ray Charles. After the group, the chorus. And the song's 7 minutes long, and it's like the 4 minutes until 6 minutes is the magic part of it. Ray is magic. And I think they do. Come on, Ray. And Springsteen kills it. Yeah. There's the documentary on the whole We Are the World and live, the recording of that you should watch. Hey, I'm Rob, recording just outside of Indianapolis in the home studios today. It's raining, man. Downpour this morning. But man, it's July, it's humid, it's Indiana, and here we are. The Hot 100 chart. So every week, and I was in radio, and I would read Billboard, or we would get Radio and Records magazine, which had a top 100 as well. But Casey Kasem built his countdown on the American Top 40 on the Billboard charts. That's what he used. That was his resource. this was the week that was leading up to those Live Aid concerts. This countdown, and then Live Aid would come up the next weekend. But I went back and I thought, man, let's take a look at what was the top 20 in July of 1985. And the question is it still good? Does it hold up? Is it still rock? Is it still a little pop rock banger? Is it not the biggest of the year? None of these were the top 1 or 2 or 3 songs of the year. But, you know, they hit the top of the charts. I got a dog scraping on the carpet in the background. Can you hear that? Hey. Thanks. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. Good girl. Where were you when this thing was on? When this was the countdown? You know, were you a kid? Were you grade school? Were you middle school? Were you high school? Were you already beyond that? Were you working? Were you not born? I mean, maybe. So was I got them. I got all top 20. And let's roll with it, shall we? Let's go to the song that was number 20 in the countdown that week. And I never really liked the song. I mean, it was huge, and this thing went to number 1. It was at number 20 for this week. A lot of synthesizers. Roland Orzabal was on lead vocals. Kurt Smith on bass and backing vocals. Had a band. It's a lot of synth pop stuff. They worked with former Adam and the Ants drummer, a guy named Chris Hughes, drummed on this. It would be number 1 in August. So it was scaling the charts. I mean, it gets played all the time on Classic Hits Radio, and it's a button clicker for me. I'm not my gig.
It's just the state of the heart. I'm waiting here for you in the state I'm in.
On the back end of Rick Springfield's hits, you know, Jesse's Girl was 81, Don't Talk to Strangers was 1982, Affair of the Heart, Human Touch, that was all before this. This was a cover song.
I know your name. I told you mine. We've stopped and
I was always a big Rick Springfield fan, still am. And now the talk on the internet is, man, he's taking his shirt off. He's 76, almost 77 years old. People are just blowing their mind. It's like he's always done that. Now he didn't get fat, but he's always taking his shirt off. Where you been? This is produced by Bill Drescher and Rick. What is the Dow or Tao album? However you want to say that. It was a little pop rock cover. He did this at Live Aid, played it live. Tim Pierce, who was his guitarist in the road band at the time, recorded in the studio. He's out on you can watch social media stuff of Tim Pierce in the studio. He's worked with everybody. But State of the Heart was a cover that I've never heard. But I thought, why don't I take the chance here, take the opportunity for both of us to hear the original by Mondo Rock.
I know your name. I've told you mine.
Man, that's yacht rock. Jump ahead.
States I'm in the states.
Right here. Start right there. There you go, Rob.
If I seem a little strange, it's just a state of the heart. I'm waiting here for you in the states I'm in.
There you go. I prefer the original. with that chorus, but I like the push of this. There you go. Ooh, well, what's next? Speaking of on the back end of their hits, little Supertramp at number 18. You remember Cannonball? I was listening to a lot of rock and roll stations, rock 40 stations back in the mid-'80s, and they played a lot of this. I think people wanted to keep liking Supertramp, a little artsy.
You're telling lies, so don't you criticize. Yeah, I got used, I messed up and abused. You let me down.
Rick Davies is singing. He's playing the big heavy piano on this too. He had to because Roger Hodgson was one of the frontmen, and he left before this album.
Don't say a word.
Produced by David Kirschenbaum, who I think produced the debut album from Tracy Chapman. This is a lost track that nobody really hears on if you're listening to radio, right? Are you listening to radio? Fewer and fewer are, but if you are, I do. I'll flip between the classic hits and the classic rock. Cannonball, a little jazzy for me. I don't know. That white guy funk was big in the 80s, though. We'll hear that coming up. Cannonball. Here's one that crept up in there and didn't have any business being in the top 40, now let alone the top 20, or maybe it should have been. Number 1, Depeche Mode. Throwing everything. Kitchen sink. Metal pipes. They were hitting anvils. I read they tried everything to make sounds in the studio. It was mid-'80s. It's all real sounds. Into a sampler, and then just trigger the sampler. People are people.
People are people, so why should it be? You and I should get along so awfully. People are people, so why should it be?
Such a mid-'80s, yeah. I had a friend who was into the Depeche Mode and the whatever you wanted to call that, avant-garde, British, punkish, industrial, synth pop, whatever the label is that you decide to put on it. Dale was his name. And my buddy Tom and I, we like Molly Hatchet. With Springsteen, Petty, the Bodines, the Del Fuegos. But when we would get in his car and go someplace at 11:30 at night, wherever we might be headed, he would have a Depeche Mode or that ilk in his cassette player. They're happening to Dale, Jackson, Michigan. It's Rock, Pop, and Roll. We're counting them down backwards. The chart from the July 4th holiday weekend, actually July 6th, 1985, right slap dab in the middle of the 1980s. Because, if you go back and listen to those countdowns from Casey Kasem, I think 1983, 84, and 85, those probably 2.5 years in there between those 3 years. There's a 2.5 year stretch where top 40 music, radio, FM, pop rock, accessible, ubiquitous. We all heard the same music. Yeah, we heard Prince over there on the R&B charts or the black charts or whatever they were called. We heard the country music mid-'80s, what were you eating? Steve Wariner at the time, Mel McDaniel. But the big top 40 radio stations would take the best of the rock and the soul and the country and put it there. And that's, this is just a big old melting pot of all that was there in 85. I like People Are People. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Sting, though. At least not this Dream of the Blue Turtles album. And maybe I just don't like the intro. 'Cause I like this part. Went up to number 3 eventually. Who played somebody? Daryl Jones. Daryl Jones was the bass player for this. He's the bass player for the Stones. I mean, all-star band. Omar Hakim on drums, Branford Marsalis on saxophone, and Sting. Yeah, coming off, the Police are done. He's solo. I can take it or leave it. If I never heard that again, I'd be all right. Though I do love Sting, and if you really want to hear a Sting song that is my favorite, is what was it called? I'll figure it out for you right here, real quick, because I have the capability of doing it. This was 1996. Hands down, my favorite Sting song. And if you, there's been a couple of covers of it. Springsteen's covered it when Sting was honored in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Honors way back when. But this thing is called I Hung My Head. Go find I Hung My Head and turn it up.
Early one morning was time to kill. I borrowed Jeb's rifle.
It's a story of a guy who borrows a kid. Borrows a rifle and shoots a guy.
I drew a bead on him to practice my aim. My brother's rifle went off in my hand.
Go find Springsteen's version of it. He does a couple of different versions that you can find, and it freaking rocks.
I hung my head. I set off running to wake from the dream.
Yeah, that's a little sidebar. Go find Sting, and then the Springsteen cover of I Hung My Head.
I kept on running.
Where are we? We're up to number 15. Yeah, supergroup. Guy's doing drugs and wanted to play some tunes. Just conjecture. I have no facts. Robert Palmer singing. Andy Taylor and John Taylor, no relation, from Duran. Andy playing guitars right there. John playing bass. John was the secret weapon of Duran. Maybe the best musician in the band was John Taylor. They got together and they covered T-Rex. And I was good with it. I get a little rock and roll on my radio. He's got a little funk, a little booming, big old booming drum, stadium drum. Not so much glam as it was funk rock, big thunderous take on that glam rock classic. And Robert Palmer was hot at the time, and Duran was hot at the time, and I see why it was a hit. The Power Station, and it was really maybe the best thing that they ever did. What else did the Power Station do? Some Like It Hot. Did you like Some Like It Hot? Didn't do it for me.
So let's turn up the heat till we fry.
It's Robert Palmer. It's more Robert Palmer than it is Andy Taylor. and John Taylor. I mean, it's more funk than it is rock and roll. Sounds like old Robert Palmer to me. Yeah, anything else that got on? What else did I hear from Power Station? Yeah. But I do love a good bang of gong. I do. Did I tell you what they got up to? It was a top 10 hit. Went to number 9. This was the first single from, she was a Christian artist, Amy Grant. And they said, go ahead and do a little crossover. A lot of, there's electric guitar in here. Dan Huff, who played a lot of guitar, he worked with Keith. But that's a good hook. I mean, it's Whitney Houston before Whitney Houston. That sound, anyway. Keith Urban used Huff a lot. Michael W. Smith played on this. Mr. Mister's Richard Page sings backup on this. And completely disposable. Don't need it. But it was a hit at the time. And you thought Sunglasses at Night was the only thing this guy could do? Really? Really? This was, I think, was a bigger hit. This went up to number 3. And I liked it. I saw Corey Hart open for Rick Springfield in 1985. It's crazy.
Just a little more time is all we're asking for.
So he would have been a one-hit wonder if not for this. And he had a couple of other smallish hits, top 40 hits. But Canadian Corey Hart, co-producer on this.
Just a little uncertainty can bring it down.
He's got that slow build. But then, a little power chord, and it comes into it with a big drum.
Nobody wants to show you how. So if you love,
You know, majestic, anthemic. Sax solo, Never Surrender. I like it. It holds up. I think that's his best radio hit. I could use Sunglasses at Night's a novelty. Put it over there. Play it once in a while. Play some of the, you know what? Is there anything else that should be played by, that you should hear from Corey Hart? Because I was going through his catalog the other night as I was digging into this episode. As we're in rock, pop, and roll, we're counting them up. We'll get there to number 1. What was number 1 in July 6, 1985? And we're talking about all the stuff that came before it. Came before the number 1. This was Corey Hart. This was 86, so this was a follow-up album called Fields of Fire. Hit the chorus, I think we recognize it. A little wailing guitar, a little jam. I'm having trouble finding the hook. Here we go. Let's go from right here. To me, I'd rather hear that than Sting. I would. He did a cover of Elvis on this album that was a hit. Corey Hart. Corey. Yeah. I never go back and listen to that. Rock, pop, and roll at number 12 on the week that we're looking at is is the boys of Night Ranger who are still, 65, 70 years old out on the road. This was a hit. Kelly Keegy, the drummer, sings on this one, just like he did on Sister Christian.
So you're walking out on Sentimental Street. What you doing out there? Who you trying to be? I know what you're thinking.
Because he was singing on it because they wanted a hit like Sister Christian was. No shit.
Still I noticed your urgency.
And it sounded good coming out of my car radio speakers, so I'm not gonna bitch about it.
I've seen it before. It happened time and again. All caught up inside. Then you caught in a spin.
Hope the chorus.
Sentimental Street in the avenues. Take a good hard look. There ain't nothing ever new out on Sentimental.
That's mid '80s hair arena pop metal rock. What it all fits into that category. Talked about Whitney Houston before she danced it up a little bit. Whitney was. Is this the debut album? There you go, slow dance. Find your partner. Sure, and put a telephone book between your belt buckles. Don't make me come over there. I mean, great singer, right? Sure. Nicely produced and all that. But not my go-to. This went to number 1. It was at number 10 this week. It's a cover song, but it was cracking the top 10. This guy was like 6'4", huge, tall guy. Pino Palladino, who would go on to play with a lot of people, but The Who, when The Who needed a bass player, plays a bass on this. Paul Young, and a cover of the Hall & Oates song. Do you know Hall & Oates did this one? Did you? A little bit of Paul Young doing it. That iconic guitar. Sitar, he said. Sitar. I mean, Beatles and Paul Young, who's using sitars. It was a big hit. It was on the radio forever.
If we can solve any problem.
Every time you go away. And so then I thought, well, I'm going to pull out the Hall & Oates version. And it was more, because I used to play this I was working on a radio station in the 80s that we could play whatever the hell we wanted to play. And I'd pull out the Hall & Oates Voices album after Paul Young had the hit with Every Time You Go Away. And I thought, wait a minute, the Hall & Oates wrote that. Let's play that version. Gospel. I mean, Memphis. I mean, church, rock and roll church. Slow burn. And I played it more than once because I thought it had a little more soul. Not quite as candy, but it was, I liked it.
Baby, if we can't solve any problems, why do we lose so many teams?
I mean, we played We Are the World, Ray Charles, and that's the lineage from Ray Charles to this is evident. It's a long song. 5.5 minutes. But what it did is gave Daryl the chance to just stretch out as a vocalist like he likes to do. Show off a little bit, doing his woos and his whoos,
Saying why you gotta go, girl.
his little ad-libs. That's what makes this song magic. There's your little surprise for today. A little every time you go away from Hall & Oates. Did you know? I could listen to that again. It's Rock, Pop, and Roll. We're into the top 10 of the week of July 6th. And this guy still tours. Howard Jones. It went up to number 5 at its peak. Just a fun song. I don't think there's any real horns in it, though. Let me look it up. Utilizing mid-80s gear, including a sequential Circuits Prophet T8, a Roland Jupiter 8, and big, bright, brassy synthesizer hooks. There you go. Produced by Rupert Hine, who produced a whole bunch of stuff in the 80s. He brought in a female vocal duo, Aphrodisiac, to give the gospel-inflected backers. Can we hear some Aphrodisiac with a Z? A little bit there. That's a great pop song, people. That's just a 2 thumbs up, dog. And that's not normally my thing, but I'm giving you that one. As I will give you this one. This one's still a great song. Amy Mann with 2 E's. And Till Tuesday. And a top 10 hit with this.
In the dark, I like to read his mind.
With a creepy video where the girl should just freaking hit the guy with a hammer. Shut up, dude. And that video helped the song, but it just that bass line, because Amy played bass. And a great hook. Again, 2 thumbs up. Voices carry, man. Yeah. It's funny too. I saw I told you I was a Rick Springfield guy. I love that pop rock stuff that he did, and then I thought, man, can you just do a little more of the guitar-based stuff instead of so much? He went with beats and synthesizers as he got later into the 80s, and then went away from music for a while before he came back. But I always thought, I always liked Rick Springfield, so I'd always go, how many times did I see him as I was growing up? 4 times, maybe? 83 for the Living in Oz tour. Then I saw the movie Hard to Hold. There was a tour for that album, and then I saw another tour where Till Tuesday opened up for Rick Springfield. Must have been right around this time. It might have been that Hard to Hold when he was doing songs from that soundtrack. But got to see these guys and women. Love it. We're on a nice little run here in our top 10. A great little run. David Stewart playing guitars in the Eurythmics. He brought this to Annie Lennox, and I'm not sure she wanted to sing it. Because it wasn't what the Eurythmics were doing, right? They were doing synthesizer stuff, but this was like Stax, soul, electric guitars. So it took them out of their little lane. Here Comes the Rain and Sweet Dreams, and into this. And I like this a lot. I played this a lot on the radio. And I never knew until I started researching years later that Ben Mott Tench from the Heartbreakers plays keyboards on this track.
Watch me walking out the door.
Can we find some Hammond B3? Not much, but I like that groove. Breakdown at the end. That's another great single. Come on. Number 7. I think it's got a false ending too. Then we'll move on. Let me see if I can find the false ending, if I remember correctly. Somewhere, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, it does. That's the extended jam. Just trust me, it stops and starts. You've heard it. Where do we go to now? We're at number 6. This was it turned into a pretty darn good countdown, didn't it? Glory Days. It got up to number 5, I think. This is the E Street Band all together, recorded mostly live in the studio, doing Glory Days, and you can hear it on the outro. You can tell that as Bruce is singing and whooping and directing other musicians. I always thought it was mostly live in the studio, and as I came to find, that's how Born in the USA was recorded, largely live.
But all we kept talking about is glory days. Well, let pass you by glory days.
When I heard the Born in the USA album the first time, so we heard Dancing in the Dark. That was the single, and it was so different from what Springsteen had done. And then the second single, I believe, was Cover Me, and it was so different. It was more disco. He wrote it for Donna Summer, and his producer, John Landau, said, "Now you gotta keep that. Don't be giving that away. Write her a different song." So he wrote a song called Protection for Donna Summer. And then the third single was Born in the USA, the title track. And it was a rocker. And then I think it was I'm on Fire. I think he had 7 singles from this album. But he had I'm on Fire next, which was subdued and different, Johnny Cash-ish. And then Glory Days. And when I was listening to the album, when I had the album after Dancing in the Dark, after it was released, I kept thinking, man, Glory Days is the freaking single, people. And they waited until, the 5th single. And I think it was summertime, right? July.
Think I'm going down to the well.
And it's a perfect, great summer single.
And I hope when I get old I don't sit around thinking about it. But I probably will. Yeah, just sitting back, trying to recapture a little of the glory of the time slips
The band comes back into it with Max. Building. And then I'm going to take you to the end. Just listen to the fade out, because they end the song. You can hear them in... I'm going to go back, sorry. You can hear them in the song. It sounds like a fade, but they're live. Because he says, let's go. There you go. Glory Days. That's a good run of songs that I think probably will end right now. You loved Eye of the Tigers, so you gotta like The Search Is Over, don't you?
What you see is real.
Not necessarily. This was like an answer to Sister Christian. We talked about Sentimental Street being an answer from their own band.
I was always
I mean, this is in that Can't Fight This Feeling and Poor Man's Keep On Loving You or Take It On The Run. But they'll come in with the drums because it's a power ballad. And you have to bring the big because that's what you did in 1985. That's what Survivor did. Jim Peterick and Jimmy Jamison, the lead vocals.
Now I look into your eyes. I can see
This was Jamison was a new singer with the band, and this was like his debut, this album. I don't need to ever hear it again. Where's the wailing guitar solo? Not really. That's enough. I'm done. Speaking of ballads, you take The Search Is Over, and it's like I don't need to hear it. Heaven is a great ballad to me. It's Bryan Adams, and it's off his Reckless album, and it was produced by the great Bob Clearmountain. And Bryan Adams had recorded this though 2 years before the Reckless album was recorded. He made it for a movie called A Night in Heaven, and then they kind of forgot about it and decided to include it on Reckless. So it sounds more like his previous album. More like Cuts Like a Knife. The drums sound more like Cuts Like a Knife and Straight from the Heart than Reckless sounds, but it's the big power ballad on that album that went to number one. It is what it is, and I give props when you do it by the template, right? That's how you do it. That's how you make a power ballad: drums and big sound, and then scaling it back. And kudos to Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams still releasing music. I talk about some of these artists. Yeah, go find the ones that are still releasing music, and is it any good still? We've done episodes about that. We did the Peter Frampton episode. I wish this guy was still releasing music. And he is. He's just not alive. Prince, as I record this, has a new album coming out from the vaults. It comes out the end of August. Like August 28th, 2026. But this was 85.
working part-time in a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like my kind, 'cause I was a bit too leisurely.
Still had Wendy and Lisa in the band.
Something close to nothing, but different than the day before. That's when I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor.
A little psychedelic pop on that album. Around the World in a Day was what the album was called. It was arranged and produced by Prince. This was the lead single. Still the Revolution Band. Great pop rock single. Great pop rock single. That's just a great song. I've listened to it 100 times. I love listening to it. I love Prince. I had a disagreement the other day with my daughter. I said, "Did you think Prince is one of the greatest of all time?" And she said, "I don't know. I don't think so." And I said, "Well, you're wrong, because he is." And we went, and I don't think I ever convinced her, and that's fine, because that's the way we play. But I had watched a video of Prince from 2011, 12, 13, sometime in there when he had a band. He was playing in L.A., and he's just such a great front man. That's what we were talking about, the greatest front men or women of all time. And I said, does Prince, since he's solo or is he with the band, do you have to be with the band to be considered a front man? We're going to have a podcast on the best front men and women of all time. It's percolating right now. It's brewing. There's notes that have been written. But I think Prince is one of the greatest front people of all time. Timeless is the name of the album that he has coming out. This is one of those from that. A little sneak peek. Unreleased from the Prince vaults. That's good. I can listen to that. I'd dig into that a little bit. This one's also been released from a little preview from the Timeless album that comes out at the end of August of 2026. That was called Stone. This is called With This Tear.
With this tear, how they walk, I long for you to talk to me like
Reminds me a little bit of that 1999 album, like a song called Free. Was that what it was called?
you spoke of love.
Anyway, there's your Prince, the Prince news for the day. At number 3 in our countdown was where he was with Raspberry Beret. So we're at number 2. This one would go to number 1. We've heard from these guys already. Were you a Durani? Did you like the Duran Duran? I didn't have it. I mean, videos, and I'd watch it, but not enough guitar, drums, and bass for me.
Meeting you.
Not the kind that I wanted anyway. Americana, petty, rock and roll. It's too pop, but that's me. You can do you. Because Duran Duran did them, and they did great. This went to number 1. It was the final James Bond film. It was the theme from that.
Nightfall covers me.
It was produced by Bernard Edwards of the band Chic. Nile Rodgers was in that band. Bernard Edwards produced this. I think he was also on the... he was with Robert Plant in that supergroup. Robert Palmer in that supergroup.
A mystery gaping inside.
That was the number 2 song. The only James Bond theme in history to go to number 1. For real. It's got a nice little hook. Hey, it's Rock, Pop, and Roll. Thanks for listening. We're counting down the songs, the top 20 from just a midsummer's holiday from the July 6th, 1985 countdown. What were the top 20 songs, and where were you, and what's it make you feel, and does it take you back to that place like music can do? It's kind of the game we're playing today, and throwing in some tracks that weren't on the top 40 or the top 20 of that year, of that date, but makes sense to play like this. So we were talking about Prince.
I woke up this morning, 'cause this morning was Judgment Day.
And this is the 1999. And if you listen to the horns of this, the keyboards and the riff,
Life is just a party and parties weren't meant to last.
that part. Well, they said that Phil Collins might have ripped that off. That riff. Heavily inspired by 1999. But Phil Collins was magnificently huge at the time in the music business and on the charts. And He was at number 1 with Susu Studio. A lot of electronics in this. But Phil Collins, that album that he had, the No Jacket Required album, had Susu Studio on it, which was, it said it went to number 1. What was the song on our chart? I wrote it down. What was the top hit of 85 from the charts that we heard? Believe it or not, the biggest hit at the end of the year of all these songs. I'm checking my notes to make sure, but I believe it's Howard Jones' Things Can Only Get Better. No, that's not right. That's not right. No, my note says No One Is to Blame went to number 4. This one went to number 5. What was the top hit of 85 from this chart? It was Every Time You Go Away, Paul Young went to number 11 at the end of the year. There you go. So, but Phil Collins was nobody bigger for a long time in the early and mid 80s. This was on that album, Take Me Home. Big album. What else was on that album? Don't Lose My Number. What else was on that album? One More Night. The deep cut that never got played that I would play. I would be the outlaw on the radio station and play it. Was this a song called Inside Out? Was my favorite from this No Jacket Required. Jump here. A slow burn, and then comes in big in the chorus. Big in because his drums really are key on, I mean, the whole album, but this one. Hear the big Phil Collins drums. It's Rock, Pop, and Roll, man. We have been counting down the top 20 from July 6, 1985. I hope it's been fun for you. Where have we been? We're not quite to an hour. I think it's time well spent. I think. I learned a couple of things, as we always try to do. If you want to hear any of the old episodes, go back to those at rockpopandroll.com. If you want to email me, you can email me at rockpoprollpodcast@gmail.com. There's no and in the email. It's rockpoprollpodcast@gmail.com. The website's got the and. We paid extra for that. Get us out. To get us out, we always get out with something, some little fact, something you didn't know, something that will make you happy. So I found the 2 biggest songs of the year for 1985, and we'll give you a little taste of Madonna. 1985 was the year of Like a Virgin. So that was number 2 for the year. I mean, it was, it sounded so good and fresh when you first heard it, especially this prayer. What a hook. A little snare snap in there. Dig it. What was number 1 for the year, though, of 1985? I looked it up, man. That's because that's what I do. I do it because I want to know. It's credited to George Michael on Spotify and in other places. But it's on the Make It Big album from Wham. And this was the biggest hit of 85. And it is, it does hold up. And it's so well done. Layered. And George Michael's such a great vocalist. It's got the sax solo too, right?
The careless whispers
What was your
of a good friend to the heart and mind. Ignorance
That's your
is
number 1.
kind
it is.
There's no
Thanks for listening. Thanks for being with us. I think let's kick this in one time. There we go. There you go. That's Careless Whisper with the iconic sax solo. Thanks for listening. I want to remind you, if I can get the words out, be good to each other. Do something nice for somebody. Just freaking be kind. Be kind. All the time. Best you can. I know you can get all fired up sometimes, but be kind, because it works a whole lot better than anything else. If you're working with somebody who's not an idiot. And even then, be kind. I will talk to you next time. Thanks for listening to Rock, Pop, and Roll. I'm Rob, and we're going to turn off the lights in the home studio outside of Indianapolis and let you listen to a little Fade Away from George Michael and Wham. Till next time.
Everyone talks about rock these days. The problem is, they forget about the roll. This is rock, pop, and roll. Thank you. Good night. This is rock, pop, and roll.